Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for your Combat Zone 70 main event of the evening. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds at a catch weight of 150 pounds. This bout is proudly sponsored by McMulkin Cadillac of Nashua, New Hampshire. Make it McMulkin. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our Instagram page and Twitter at Combat Zone MMA, our Facebook group, Combat Zone LLC, for our exciting pictures, news of upcoming shows, and free giveaways. And a very special thank you to the Combat Zone staff, especially Calvin Cater, for putting on another exciting, successful event. Ladies and gentlemen, your referee for your main event this evening is Kevin McDonald. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and entering the cage with a record of 5 victories with only 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Adley Sunshine Edwards. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black with the white lettering, and entering the cage undefeated in his 5 professional bouts. He's representing PMA Plastow. Please welcome Brendan the Kid Marotte.
All right, it's definitely going to be a loud one here in Manchester tonight. John Vina leaving, the gate is being locked. Kevin McDonald, center of the cage, final fight of the night. Here we go.
Adley Edwards storms out to the middle of the cage.
Definitely with a little bit of a height advantage too. You can definitely see the reach. Edwards has really long arms. If he's smart, he's going to use that, keep Marotte as far back as possible.
Both fighters looking for the leg kicks early. Adley Edwards looking to go under.
Takes Marotte down to the ground.
Brandon looking for his underhook. Trying to turn into Adley, get to half guard. Adley doing a good job at controlling that far leg. Controlling the hip, not allowing Brendan to get a sweep there. Brandon, big explosion. Still on the bottom. Adley stepping over, looking to achieve mount.
Well, he grabbed on quick as Marotte almost tossed him up in the air.
Adley looking to isolate the arm, possibly set up a Kimura. Looking to switch to a straight arm lock. Brendan doing a good job at switching his hips, but Adley driving him back down. Adley looking to use his underhook here, cross face, set up his pass. Brandon doing a good job at keeping his butterfly hooks in, threatening the sweep. Uses his butterfly hook to get back to the feet. Adley looking for the trip back down. Huge slam.
You know what, very impressive by Marotte getting it to that point, but Edwards said, I don't think so.
Again, Adley looking to isolate that far arm. But Brandon constantly working. Ends up in turtle. Adley looking to take the back.
You know, just when I think Marotte is quick with an escape, Edwards jumps right on it and sees it coming.
Yeah. I mean, Adley's just keeping the pressure on. You know, he's trying to feel when Marotte's going to explode, and when he does, he's just following him through, dragging him back down on the mat. And for Edwards, I think this is going to be a huge confidence booster going into the second round. I mean, you know, Brandon's using a lot of energy in this first round trying to escape. You know, as the fight goes on, if we end up, you know, here, you know, on the ground, you know, is Brandon going to run out of energy?
Yeah, he's definitely exerting a lot now. He really wants to get out of there. I think he wants to stand it back up again. But both these guys have really good cardio. You can tell because they're not breathing as hard as you would think they would.
Oh, huge up kick!
Nice up kick to the face.
Adley waving him up.
That's the kind of fight you want to see. Adley's going, you know what? We're going back down to the ground. But the round is about to end.
Both these guys going to war here.
Wow. A hell of a first round. Now, for a few minutes there, I would have said that Adley Edwards was taking it. But the amount of times that Marotte was escaping, and then able to get up there and stand up and throw a couple of up kicks, what do you call for that first round?
Yeah, I mean, it was a close round. We see Marotte with some good offense there at the end, a huge blitz, and sometimes, you know, in the eyes of the judges, it's those last, you know, few seconds that is what they see. You know, we'll see, you know, how they saw it, either the control throughout the round for Edwards, or you know, that last minute, you know, offensive, you know, effort by Marotte.
So personally, what do you think?
I'd have to give it to Edwards. I mean, he controlled the round for most of the duration, was able to land some good shots, threatened submissions. You know, he landed some good leg kicks early on. We see some redness and swelling, you know, in the leg of Brandon.
All right, getting ready for round two. We'll see what happens. You know, Edwards looking very happy and confident right now. Marotte looks a little pissed off. He wants to come back in and change the momentum of this fight.
Yeah, I think Brandon's super motivated, especially knowing that he can get back to the feet there at the end of the round and, you know, really put on some offense for, you know, his hometown here.
But as you said, did he exert too much energy on that last round to be effective in this one?
Oh, huge leg kicks.
Well done. Edwards just went at his leg a couple of times, caved it in. And as he folded up, he jumped on top. Very well done.
Adley looking for some huge ground and pound. Brandon briefly throwing up the arm bar, but Adley pulls right out of it, getting to work on that leg.
You notice he's not letting that up kick happen again.
If Edwards has got to be careful when there's that space there. That gives Marotte an opportunity to land those dangerous up kicks. But it looks like he's dropped down now to guard, not giving Brandon any space to work. Brandon briefly threw up the triangle there, but unfortunately gave up the pass.
Now, what's the move from Marotte right now? Does he try to establish position down there, or does he keep trying to escape and get it back standing up?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just got to keep working to get back to the feet here. You know, so far he hasn't been able to really throw up an offensive submission game off his back. And as this fight goes on, the damage for Edwards, you know, he's going to start to, you know, really land some big shots. I think Brandon needs to get it back to the feet here.
He's almost there. He's trying. You know, the length of Edwards' arms and stuff is helping him in such a way. He's wrapping up Marotte, making it very difficult for him to get out of these positions.
Yeah, I mean, Edwards just keeping such a grinding pressure. I mean, he is just not giving, Marotte any room to move, really smothering him here. He's looking to take the back. Marotte wisely turns back in. Looks like he might be able to get back to the feet here.
Oh, that's not good.
Yep. Edwards taking the back here. Huge knees landed.
He's really trying to take out those legs.
Up. Let's get a hook in. Can't see if he's got both hooks in, but he is on the back. Marotte is in some serious trouble right now.
Wow,
Huge elbows.
Yeah, elbows, hammer fists. He was going all out. Things are slowing down a little bit now. Both guys getting exhausted.
Yeah. I mean, Edwards is dominating these grappling exchanges here, but Brandon continuously trying to work. He's trying to look for his underhooks, constantly fighting, looking for elbows down here on the bottom. I mean, the will and the drive of both these fighters, I mean, there's a reason why their records are where they're at. I mean, both these guys, so determined.
Yeah, 100%, and Edwards is definitely controlling this round once again. No matter how much Marotte finds an opening, he's nailed a couple. He's tossed a couple of elbows in there. He's had a couple of nice moves. He's just not done enough to be effective at taking this down. He's going to have to change the pace of this very soon because we're about to be at the end of round 2, and it's not looking good for Brandon Marotte.
I mean, Marotte right now, working back to full guard, but he just hasn't been able to throw up any kind of real submission threats. I would like to see him trying to work to get back to the feet.
Well, that's going to do it for round 2. What does Marotte got to do?
I mean, Marotte's just he's got to try and use that movement. I mean, he's got to get the respect back from Edwards. He needs to land something, and he needs to land it early. Because right now, I mean, Edwards is just walking him down, doing well in the striking, controlling him in the grappling. I mean, Marotte just needs to get the respect back.
Do you think Marotte has any chance of winning at the rate it's going without a knockout or a submission?
No, Marotte definitely has to look for the knockout in this round. I don't know, as we move into the third round, if he's going to have the energy to really throw up, a submission from the bottom. He's got to look to get the knockout in the third round if he wants to win this fight. And for Edwards, he's just got to keep doing what he's doing. I mean, he's landing the leg kicks. He's walking Marotte down. He's controlling him on the ground.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Edwards is in control. He knows he's in control right now. Marotte getting a little cocky over there. He's got to stand it up. He's got to not go down to the ground. Here we go, round 3.
Marotte looking for a big kick. Edwards dropped very low. Wow. Very impressive level change.
Well, you called it. He knew exactly what he had to do. He's got to get it back on the ground, take the control like he had for 2 rounds in a row, and the fight's his. Yeah.
I mean, the confidence that he must have, every time he's got it to the ground, I mean, Brandon hasn't been able to get up. In the moments where he has gotten up, Edwards has dragged him right back down on the ground.
Absolutely.
Marotte being a dangerous stand-up fighter. I mean, we saw, before the fight, we were talking about their records. Edwards seems to have a really well-rounded game. He's dangerous in the striking. He's dangerous in the grappling. He might have seen a hole, when they were looking at Marotte as a matchup.
Edwards just knows how to chop him down. Marotte gets one stable leg. What does he do? He attacks that leg and weakens it.
Yeah, just going to work on these knees to the leg here. Oh, Brandon.
Oh, wow. Nice move.
Oh, but Edwards, again, just dragging it back down.
And he almost had the guillotine. He had his hands right there ready to lock it in, but he couldn't do it. That would have been a game changer.
Brandon fighting to get back to the feet. So determined to change the direction of this fight.
He needs to at this point. We said it before. It's a knockout. A knockout or submission, the only way Brandon Marotte is going to win this match.
Oh, for sure.
He's got it in him. I've seen it done before. There he goes. He's fighting back hard. Now he's got to keep it up. He's got to keep it standing. There he goes. He's got to go in hard.
Oh, Brandon looking so hard for the knockout, but by going for the knockout, giving up the takedown.
And the thing is, he's gotten taken down like this so many times in 3 rounds that he needs to be more aware that that's going to be coming.
Up. See, Brandon throwing up the triangle, but gives up the pass, but gets right back to the feet. Edwards staying on him here.
Time's ticking away. He's got to do something now. There's got to be less than 2 minutes to go.
Oh!
Marotte not going down without
ends up on top.
Will there be enough time for him to make a change right now?
Looks like the crowd is behind Marotte. Hoping their fighter can get the finish here. Looking for the guillotine.
He's got it locked in decently. I don't think well enough, though. Somebody's bleeding quite a bit, too.
Oh.
I can't see where the blood's coming from, but it's all over Brandon Marotte right now.
Brandon seems to be reaching up at his eye. I wonder if there was a poke in that exchange. Brandon briefly back to the feet. Adley bring it back to the ground. So much heart shown by both fighters.
No, this is definitely a hell of a main event.
As we approach the final moments of the 3rd round, looks like both guys just giving it everything they have left. And Brandon looking for the triangle. Oh,
he's going in.
The arm
he's going in.
He might finish this.
He might have it.
He might finish this.
And we're about to run out of time, too. He's got to lock it in. He's got to pull it tight. He could pull this off. We got about 15 seconds to go.
The crowd is exploding here.
Can Brandon Marotte pull this off? He's about to click the 10 seconds. There is no time left. He has to give it everything he's got. Oh, and Edwards is pulling away. Oh, it was
amazing.
So close.
Wow.
Holy moly. Brandon Marotte almost pulled it out. Wow. That would have been the most unbelievable comeback that I've seen in a long time. Because he was definitely down 90% of this fight, but getting in that lock and losing it at the last second, devastating.
Yeah, I mean, so impressed with, Marotte's heart. I mean, trying to get the finish, here in Manchester in front of his team, but also so impressed with Edwards. I mean, he knew the threat that Marotte posed on the feet, and he looked to just smother Marotte, take away that space, drag it to the mat, beat him up. I'm just so impressed with both fighters.
Yeah, and you could possibly give that last round to Marotte, but those first two, I think, definitely belong to Edwards. So I think that's what it's going to be down to. I almost say there's no doubt in my mind that Edwards pulled off those first 2 rounds. What about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm also thinking the same thing. I mean, clearly I think Edwards won the second round, but sometimes we get caught up in the excitement and the energy. And I mean, that third round had all the excitement and energy that we love in MMA. And you know, sometimes it's hard to score those rounds when you're just in awe.
You're absolutely right. Again, you've said it before. Some of the things we just don't see that the judges might be looking at because we're looking at the action, not the technicality of it all. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. All right, let's go to John Vina. Let's get the results.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a colossal fight. Let's hear it one more time for Adley Sunshine Edwards and Brendan the Kid Marotte. After 3 exciting rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Lars Borson sees about 29-28, while judges Brian Noguera and Carlos Lovato see it 30-27. All to your winner in the blue corner, Adley Sunshine